la clave. Suena el bongo, qué rico suena mi bongo. Bajo, que lo demás lo pongo yo. ¡Alambre!
Hey everybody, thank you and welcome to Totally Maddie. We are so excited. We're making pasteles, Puerto Rican pasteles. Puerto Rican pasteles are a typical dish that you either eat during Christmas, during Thanksgiving, during Three Kings Day, excuse me. And so I'm sorry that you're here. I'm here with Mariana. We're making pasteles, and these are the ingredients that we need. So I'm going to show you very quickly what we need. We need sofrito. We need sofrito. We need yarn. This is the stuff that you tie the pasteles with. This yarn. If you don't have this kind of yarn, this nylon yarn, you can just use regular, like, yarn. You're gonna need one red pepper, onions. I use Spanish onions, a whole head of garlic. We are going to need yautía. Yautía. We have here 3 pounds because we're trying to make 12 of them. Okay. So we have here yautía. We have 3 pounds. We have the greenest plantains that we can find. One of those. We have green bananas. They have to be green bananas. We have here about 6 of them. All right. We need tomato paste. We need tomato sauce. Let's continue right here. We need fancy pimentos. Fancy pimentos. I like it with garbanzos. We need raisins. We have here, how many pounds do you think we have of these? This is pork shoulder that we cut in little tiny dice. They already have a dough on it. 3 pounds of that. We need that. We're going to be cooking the meat with olive oil, okay? Then we have parchment paper, which is, you're going to see later on how we do this with parchment paper. You need hojas de plátano. Those are banana leaves. These are the ones that you find at the Goya section. They're frozen. You need to clean those, cut the vein. It's kind of fun. We like to use a food processor for ours. That's kind of fun. That's kind of new. And we are going, we won't forget. We need achote. The achote is a seed. It gives color to the oil.
Annatto seeds.
Annatto seeds. There you go. Achote seeds. And you can find this in any Hispanic market. You can find them also on the internet. And we cook those with regular oil. So we cook the meat with olive oil, but we color the oil with the annatto seeds, and that's vegetable oil, canola oil, and all that stuff. So we're gonna see the process how we do it. So we're gonna get started, okay? All right, so over here we're making the oil. So we're tinting the oil. So we put 1.5 cups of vegetable oil or canola oil, and then we put the achote seeds. We put, I believe it was 1/2 cup. And what's happening now is that the achote is cooking. It's like you put it on medium high, and the achote is releasing now the color. Does achote has flavor, Daisy?
Yes.
What kind of flavor does it have?
Achote flavor.
Achote flavor. Is it a strong flavor, or is it like a mild flavor, or is it a woody flavor?
It's a medium flavor, really.
Okay, so achote has a little flavor, and we use achote on sazon. So this is like nothing new. So these are the annatto seeds, and we're just releasing the flavor. So you don't really want to, you have to be careful with these. You want to use like an older pot, because this will actually will stain your pot. And you want to keep an eye on it, because you don't want it too crisp. The point here is not too crispy, because it tastes burnt. So you don't want that. So we're just gonna release the color now. All right. Pimienta, salt, pepper. So we have onions, we have red peppers, we have salt, we have black pepper, and olive oil on the bottom of it. Obviously a lot of pepper. Guárdala una vez.
When you do salt, it's a little hard to take pepper from there.
And I love ground pepper. Love it. Gives better flavor. And now we're gonna put a little bit of my sazon. If you want to learn how to make sazon, watch my video on sazon. It's so easy to make and it tastes so much better. And you know exactly what's going in there. So how much garlic is it in there? Is there a whole head?
No, there are like 4 big ones.
4 big garlic cloves. We seasoned the meat last night. I should have said that in the meat we took the pork shoulder, 3 pounds. We cut in little cubes and we put adobo and we put pepper and we put olive oil and we let it marinate there overnight.
And garlic.
And garlic.
Mm-hmm.
Do we use regular garlic or do we use garlic powder? Or do we use both?
I think we use garlic powder.
Yeah,
you can use both, fresh
you can
and
use,
salt.
okay. If you decide to marinate your meat with garlic, make sure that you don't use, if you want to use powder, make sure that it's garlic powder and not garlic salt. I don't know if you heard that. Because you already have salt on the adobo. How long is that going to cook?
Maybe 40 minutes or more.
Okay. So because it's pork, we have to cook it all the way. So we're gonna wait. It's gonna be like she said, like 40 minutes or more. But it smells amazing.
And then we're going to add 1/3 cup of achiote grease.
So after it's cooked,
Yeah, just
right now.
almost in maybe 5 minutes.
So she's gonna stir the meat for 5 minutes, and then after that we're gonna use that achiote oil that we do. We took out the seeds of it. You strain it. Make sure you use you either make it in the morning or the night before, and let that oil cool off a little bit. Or if not, make sure that you use a wire steel mesh because you have to strain those seeds out because you don't use the seeds of the achiote. You only use the oil of the achiote.
And another thing that I probably add is some ham also.
We have some ham. She's gonna put some ham in here, peeps.
La mitad de eso, ¿no? Le damos esto.
Okay, so I have cube cooked ham already. I just buy it. It's boneless, and she told me to add half of these.
4 ounces. I think that's right. 4 ounces.
Okay, that's half. So now we're gonna eat a whole can of tomatoes, a small can of tomato sauce, and you're gonna put it in the whole thing.
I would say half of
a small can of tomato paste. And let's not forget the sofrito, Daisy. We have to put my mommy's sofrito. Sofrito de mami. Cuidado con ese cuchillo, se está cayendo.
And I'm going to add the rest, okay? Or no, I have to leave some for the alcapurrias, no?
So we're having here, we're squeezing all that gold, all that green gold, like I call it. I have referred to this before as the green gold of Puerto Rico. The one that my husband says that is just, you cannot go to Puerto Rico without bringing some of homemade sofrito from your mom. Hay un paño. Look how beautiful that looks, guys. That looks amazing. So we have here everything. Let's review what we have. We have onions, we have red peppers, we have ham, we have salt, we have pepper, we have tomato sauce, we have tomato paste,
and we need to add
garlic,
and then we are going to add half cup of
water. Wow.
oil with
The annatto.
Annatto.
Oh yes, we need to. That's what I would ask. Then we have to add half a cup of that delicious red oil that we made with the annatto seeds, which is that oil was vegetable oil or canola oil that we use for that. So.
No hay aceite. ¿Dónde está tu? No lo pongas todavía porque le voy a echar un poquito más.
So I want to show you guys the oil. This is the achote oil. We put some of it in there. How much do you put in there? Half a cup?
Half a cup.
Half a cup of this oil. Look at how pretty. Look at that color. That pretty. So that's what we did. Now we're adding water.
Like 1 cup of water.
1 cup of water. So what she means by that is like the can, that little can of tomato sauce. And we're gonna add how much oregano?
Maybe a teaspoon.
Okay, we're gonna add a teaspoon of oregano. And this, my friends, is Mexican oregano and it smells amazing. So we use achote. We use the half a cup of achote for the meat. We want to make a little bit more of that achote oil for the dough. It's called the masa. So in the back here, I want to show you that we're making some more back there. So we have some cooking back there to make more oil because we need to color that dough. We need to color that masa that we're about to make. And here's what the meat is. So after we mix all the ingredients, we are going to cover this up for, she said 30 minutes or more. I think it's gonna be more like 40. All right, what temperature? Medium?
Yes, I will say medium low.
Medium low because we want that meat to cook.
We are preparing
The masa, the dough.
the dough for the pasteles. And we are using the food processor. We are just having the green bananas first, and then the tortilla, and then the green plantain.
Nice. How many times are you going to pass them through the food processor?
Two times.
2 times through the food processor. So the first time around, we were using this machine, this part of it,
The grater, and the
part,
blade in the bottom.
and the blade on the bottom. Okay, so we were using both things. We're using the blade and the thing. So that's the first time. So we have all the dough in here. So now my aunt is gonna pass it one more time. Are you gonna do it with the grater and the blade too?
No, the blade only.
Just the blade. She's gonna do it. Now she's gonna pass it all through one more time with just the blade. So show us the consistency of before and after.
Very soft. This is still coarse. You can see that.
So there's the coarse one that we did one just with the grater, and this is with the blade. So this one we did with the grater and the blade. That's the first time. And this one is with the second time. And you want that doughy, kind of like liquidy consistency, isn't it? Okay. All right, so we're here, we're taking measurements because we have here the achote oil, and achote oil stains. So you have to take precautions. So we have here like aluminum foil, we have napkins, we have it on a trays because it will stain whatever surface you're working with. So just be careful with that. So over here we have the dough that we had done 2 times. All right. And what do you have there, Daisy? What do we have to do now?
So we're going to add now a whole cup. For this amount, we have a whole cup of meat
Sauce. This is the sauce that we've been cooking, like the meat that we've been cooking. We took a cup of that broth. And this is the achiote oil, so you have to be very careful.
2/3 of achiote oil.
2/3 of achiote oil, which is the one that gives it the color.
And then about a tablespoon of salt. And I will mix and then I will check for the salt.
I love these recipes that our families have because it's all by taste, you know. You have to notice that in the meat, we did not put olives. We didn't cook the meat with the stuffed olives, Daisy. But no, our mom used to say, your mom used to say that it will bitter the meat.
Well, mostly is as a garnish. Mostly, she never used olives because she said that it could bitter the dough.
The dough, okay. Because this, you don't eat this right. I mean, you can eat it right away, but mostly you make this stuff for the holidays. So you will make it before, and you will put it on the freezer. So this is stuff that you just like you put on the freezer for a little while, and then you take it out to the holidays.
So
how long a pastel is good for in the freezer?
Frozen?
Yeah, frozen.
This is 6 to 8 months.
6 to 8 months, and you can do these 6 to 8 months before, and then have it for Christmas. Look how pretty that turned out. Remember how the dough was kind of like a little white beige? Now it's taking the color of the achiote oil.
This achiote was a little too light, but it's okay, no problem.
It's okay, we'll eat it. So if you wanted to, you can put more achiote seeds to your oil. The more achiote seeds that you put in it, the more annatto seeds that you put in it, the deeper the color that it is. Could you put a little sazon in it if you wanted to give it color?
It has some, yes, but you have to be careful.
You have to be careful with the taste.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so these are real. Okay, so these are the banana. These are Goya plantain leaves. All right, these are actual leaves that you buy, that you find in Puerto Rico, like where whenever they have plantains, a plantain tree. So they take these leaves and they put them through an open fire, and then they fold them and then they freeze them. So these are already seasoned for what we're doing. All right. So what we have to do now is, because they have been passed by fire, we need to wipe them up a little bit. So this is a clean wet rag. So what we do is that we clean them, and this is a clean counter, by the way. My counter has been cleaned. You have to be very careful, all right? So we clean them up a little bit like this, both sides, all right? I'm gonna move this down so I can move them. Yo tengo una. And then I'm gonna clean these. You can see where the dirt, where the fire has been, and then I'm gonna do the other side, all right? And you wipe them off a little bit because you want to take that smokiness from the, oops, I don't think I was supposed to do that. Don't tell my aunt. You have to be very careful apparently with these. So we clean them up, and then they have this vein. Okay, so they're clean now. You can feel the difference. So they have this vein in here. This is from the leaf. So we want to cut that out. We don't want to use that. So you cut these out because this is the top part of it, the banana leaf. You don't want to use that. I remember when I was a little girl, we used to have a farmhouse in Ceiba, and I remember the guys doing this outside, Daisy, doing an open fire. Doing that. Okay, so now we're going to continue cleaning the rest of them. Clean all of them and cut that vein out, and then we stop. This is step by step, all right? All right, so we're going to finally get to the part that we're going to assemble the pasteles. So we have here the leaves already, that vein is cut off already. They're clean, they're dry, they're washed from that smoky. So we have here the meat. We have here the raisins. We have here the pimientos morrones, which is, what is it called? Pimentos, isn't it? Red peppers. And then we have olives. I like to put olives on mine. We have garbanzos, and then we have this string. Again, you can use yarn, but this string is it's my height, so it's about a little bit over 5 feet. Okay, so it's very long string. Okay, we have here the dough, which is the start of the show. We have here parchment paper. You can use parchment paper, you can use pastel paper. And then we cut the leaves a little bit smaller because the leaves is what gives a flavor. And my aunt says you can use either side, but we like to use the green, the deeper green. So this is what we do. You put a little bit of the juice of the meat. All right.
This is to prevent that it gets stuck.
To prevent to get stuck. All right. Then she puts some of the dough. Look at that beautiful dough. And if you want to make it redder, you can just use more just use more annatto seeds. We use what we have with the oil. That's what gives it that color. Beautiful. So again, that's parchment paper, the leaf, a little bit of the juice, dough, spread it out. My favorite part. I want to do it because I'm not good at this yet, people. We're gonna use some meat and put some meat in that, guys, because that is, you don't want a blind pastel, we call it pastel ciegos. Is that good?
A little more.
A little more. Oh dear.
Corner to corner.
Corner to corner. Then we're gonna put. She says to put 1, 2, 3. Again, if you don't like raisins, don't put raisins. I like raisins, so we'll do 1, 2, 3. We do 1. Well, actually, this is little, so we're gonna do a couple of pimentos on this one. There we go. That's a good one. Then I like aceitunas. Those are olives. So we're gonna do like 3 of them. Delicious. And then just put some garbanzos. And again, if you don't like garbanzos, don't use garbanzos. Okay, this is the part that my aunt has to do. So what's the trick? You fold it all the way to the both sides meet. Hold it once and then in the corner. It's kind of like a gift. It's a little gift of heaviness. Okay, now you take that string. Back up a little bit, James. We cut that string and we fold it in half. So you have this side here meat. Okay, so we fold it in half. And then I'm just going to help her with this part because I'm not good at this yet, guys.
Not even myself. What?
Okay, so this is the part. There you go. So look at how fun that is. So she puts the side that is not folded, she puts it to the string. Goes halfway through. Mírate un poquito. Halfway through, and then she is in the middle. They're expert people that know how to do this. And you want to make it tight, but you don't want to like, it's not a, how to say, you don't want to make it too tight. That's the trick. ¿Quieres que le ponga el dedo?
Not yet.
Alright, so we tie it in the middle there. And then it goes again parallel. And again, the purpose here is that you want to make it so that when you boil it, the pastel is not going to open. So you want to tie it in different places. So in that way the pastel stays together, the paper stays together. And again, if you don't find pastel paper, use parchment paper.
You put your finger here.
Yeah, I will. It's like a gift, people. It's like a little gift of Puerto Rico.
Thank you.
There you go. And then you just keep tying it until you use all the string. And so then from there we are going to cook it for how long, Daisy? From here, okay, so here's the deal. Over here, you can put them together and you can put them on the freezer and freeze them to the holidays. And my aunt said that she has kept them for 6 months in the freezer. So you can do these right now and have it ready for the holidays. Or You can, or from there, you can cook a couple right now because after you did all this work, you want to do a couple of them. You can cook a couple right now. And so if they're frozen, how long do you cook them for?
Boiling, the water has to be boiling.
Okay.
Like most of the time, 45 minutes. 45
So
minutes.
if they're like this fresh?
If they're fresh, this one it could be 40 minutes. It's a little less time. 40
Okay.
minutes. For frozen, 45 to 50 minutes.
Okay, so the way that you cook this is that you take a pot, you put water in and you put salt on the water. So if they are fresh, you cook them for 40 minutes, okay? If they're frozen, you do the same thing. When the water starts boiling, you place it in, and that's when you cook it for 45 to 50 minutes. And I'm going to show you what they look like when they're all done.
Bacon.
Alright, so the pasteles have been cooking now for 45 minutes. So we are going to open them up. You see how they wrap? That keeps it from becoming soup inside the thing. You have to wrap them. You have to tie them up really good. And they just came out. So can you see the steam? Look at how nice they are. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. So you take the parchment paper out. Look at these. We find the fold. Oh dear, where is the fold? There it is. Look at these. I wish you could smell the deliciousness. This is so good. Here we go. Here we go. Look at how pretty. Can you see that? Can you see that? Look at that. 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 Now let's slide it over. How do we eat these? You eat it like everybody in Puerto Rico with white rice. Put a little pepper on top of the white rice. That's what you see there. And we're going to roll this over. Yeah, this is happening. This is happening. Look at how beautiful. Do you want to see how that looks on the inside? This is my aunt's dish. Look at this. And you have the meat, you have the garbanzos, you have the pasas, that means the raisins, you have everything like that. And in Puerto Rico, believe it or not, some people put ketchup on top of that. So here we go. Pasteles with white rice, pasteles con arroz blanco. Mami, hice arroz blanco y homemade pasteles. Los pasteles lo hizo tu hermana. Vente, Daisy. Vente, Daisy.
A mí, yo estoy
Eso es tuyo. Eso es tuyo. Look at this. Look at this. This is your plate. Tu plato. Mira qué lindo. Qué rico. Pruébalo para que la gente lo vea. Go try it. Está caliente. It's hot.
Good.
It's good. Ya te lo doy.
Yes, I'm going to eat it. Okay.
Alright, she likes it. We did it. Adios, everybody. Remember, totally natty. Subscribe, hit like. It's amazing. Good stuff. Adios. Buen provecho.
Que lo demás lo pongo yo. Que lo demás lo pongo yo.